Hello everyone, it's Begowski. Well, we are in day 8, part 2 of our Ninja Gaiden 3 Ultimate Ninja series. This is, kill the helicopter, and, this whole, series of fights is, it's kind of long, and, it's easy to mess up, and if you do, you have to start back over, with the helicopter scene. So it can be a real, pain in the ass to get through. So just use, what we've talked about, the 360, change some steel on bones, when you can, the Zuna drop when you can, and, that's really about it. I mean, I don't think there's too much more to say, for this fight. So, I guess I won't be saying anything. I would play some music here, but, since I haven't been with YouTube in a while, and last time I tried to put some music up there, they ended up deleting all my commentary. So, I won't put any music up, even though there's really not much to say. There might be a few things later on, in this run that might be worth saying. But, for this fight, that's about it. So, I'll talk to you a little bit later on. I will say the one thing about this fight, I'm gonna kind of be lurking in the background, watching the, watching the action, and then commentate, when I need to. But the slowdown in this fight is pretty brutal. And that just, learn how to react to it, or throw some shurikens, if you're trying to on landing, that might give you a little bit more time to understand the, and see, there's me missing my combo, missing my on landing because of the slowdown, and I ended up getting grabbed and having to use my Nimpo when I didn't want to. But again, use the shurikens, to help you, with the slowdown if need be. Try to avoid jumping in the fire. As you can see, it's really important to try to always land with the on-landing 360 with the mages around. That's where they just, come right through and grab me, and I mean, you just never know sometimes what's going to happen. I feel like I should be saying something. And I had one comment saying that that they liked my voice because it puts them to sleep. And I'm like, thanks, I guess. You know, the way this whole series goes is kind of, you know, the game puts you to sleep, you know, by doing the same thing over and over again. But again, if you are going to use the Scythe UT, you know, I used it a few times as much as I don't like to sometimes. Try to get into an area where they're going to follow you. And here there's like 8 gazillion, it seems like, alchemists. And the good thing about doing it this way is, you know, sometimes when they turn bloody, you know, they'd like do their suicide, you know, move where they like explode above you or something, and it's almost an instant death. So at least, you know, doing the Azuna drop this way, you know, with the claws, you don't have to worry about that. You know, there's kind of a trade-off, you know, when you want to use your Nimpo for the Alchemist. Do I want to, you know, I did it there because I could tell it was starting to go wrong, but, you know, I could have done it earlier and, you know, maybe built up a little bit more health for the remaining ones, but then, you know, there's more of them you have to deal with. But then again, you have a chance to build it up again. So, I mean, it's just a trade-off, and, you know, it's whatever you feel comfortable with. So here's where it starts, you know, starting to go bad. And I can feel it. So again, you know, when you feel it going bad, you know, try to, you know, run away and regroup a little bit, and then, you know, I'm really trying to force the issue. So, like I said, regroup a little bit, you know, jump on their head a couple times to kind of slow things down. Because there's no need to force any kind of issue. And here I am still talking. I guess it didn't kill all the guys. I thought it would have killed the majority of them. I think I said in the last video, you know, that it would, you know, kill all the alchemists, but I guess it didn't. It only killed 2 of them here, it seems. The commentary in the last video, it was pretty late, or I guess early. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, so I said a couple dumb things. Kind of losing my train of thought, and the sad part about it is I'm still up after all of that, you know, making this. But, you know, here I put this in here. This is just it's one of those no comment, you know, fights. And then the dialogue after this whole fight, you know, is just really dumb.
Focus on driving.
Again, no comment. The only you know, tip I can have on this is when, you know, she says they're on the left, that's her left, you know, which would be your right, and vice versa. So that's really the only tip for this fight, other than shoot your arrows.
On the left now. On the right. On the left now.
I'm trying to remember if any of the other games in the series had, you know, a fight this bad.
Okay.
I'm fine.
and nothing comes off the top of my head. But again, I've been up for a long time trying to, get these done.
On the right. They're coming from behind. Looks like you got rid of it.
I figured I would go ahead and put this whole fight and scene in here just for y'all's, enjoyment. It doesn't get, much better than this.
Hayabusa, the road ahead, it's a drop-off.
No!
Just drive.
Now this whole thing.
Fast. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Okay, I trust you, Rue. I trust you.
Hold on!
It's like, it's so stupid. He was much better with Rachel.
Your arm.
Forget it. Keep going.
I've got your back. I think we're in Shinjuku. Ryu!
She's like blasting her gun like right next to you.
We did it.
And then y'all did it. We did it. He's like, thanks.
No problem.
No problem. That is awesome dialogue right
Push
there.
yourself too hard, Ryu.
That's so well written. That's like,
Do you ever give up?
Red Dead Redemption quality dialogue story right there. But on this fight, what's the saying? If it's not broke, don't fix it. The scythe, just 360 your way through it. Another way, whenever I first played it, before using the scythe, I kind of did some, jump away and then jump back towards them, kind of a on-landing XX with the dragon sword, and that does a lot of damage too. But again, why even mess with that when this way, is pretty simple and, effective and safe. Remember, if you're not good at, jumping back towards them, use the X+A, and it doesn't matter which angle, you're at, you're going to come back in at the proper angle. Because again, I can't, not only can I not, run in a straight line when I need to, I can't jump in a straight line when I need to either. So that X+A is really a savior for me.
Do you remember who gave you that bow?
here, just jump on their heads, OT them. After you flying swallow them, I mean, it's pretty basic. The only thing you have to worry about is if he happens to get off a lucky shot while you're coming, out of your OT animation, in your recovery frames, or he shoots the laser. I think that catches me, one time as I'm coming out of it. But other than that, I mean, it's almost kind of a no-brainer in terms of, what to do at this point in the game. Which again, there's no variety in it. And I wish there was a bigger mix-up, more variety of, different enemies to fight and, different techniques you could use, and to where it would be, fun to play and not overwhelmingly, hopeless that, you have to play it a certain way. Again, unless you're a super grand champion, that has, immaculate, control over Ryu and understanding the surroundings. I mean, it's a little sad that the game's turned into this. Again, it's something that some people could say, well, how is this different from, UTing your way through Ninja Gaiden Black? That's just the same thing over and over again. It was a bad jump on my part. But, that was, the karma system, and there was a time limit. So, there was a challenge to, how many UTs you could get in within a certain time limit. And, of course, you didn't have to, to play it that way if you didn't want to, but, here you're almost forced to play a certain way. No matter what the situation is. And again, I'm talking about, regular, casual, gamers. So cut out all the other stuff. Again, this is where I would normally stop, but, the last, part 3 is going to be kind of long too with all the fights involved, so I figured I'd get these next few fights in as well. But I think again that I didn't get the right enemy count. Again, I think I should have stayed more in the back to where more of these guys would come down, and it just doesn't seem to be as many as there was the first time I played through it. Again, I could be wrong, I'm not sure. Because he stayed in the back the whole time before he went up the little ramp. So maybe him coming up front has something to do with it as well. I'm not sure. Again, more of the same. You just fought all these guys. You fought it on, the boss fight. These guys with the boss fight. Then you fight it on the fight, after the boss fight, and then after, that fight, you fight them again. I mean, that's just pathetic. the thing about these guys though is, you know, kind of doing the same move over and over again. And, like I said, sometimes you lose your concentration, but these guys, you know, they will punish you if you mess up. You know, they can do a big long combo and really do a lot of damage, if not kill you, depending on your health bar. So, you still got to be on your toes a little bit. But then if you die, you just start right back at this fight again. So they should make like an ultimate ninja where you have to go from like save to save. You know, that would be totally extremely brutal. But we're coming to the end of this part of the video. You know, this is the end of part 2, and we will see you in day 8, part 3. Take care. Thanks.